I remind members... Oh, is there anyone speaking, Andrew Rosindell? Are you not speaking as well? Want it bounce as well? That we do want to get to the front bench as close as we can to 10:30 if people are just mindful of the time. Andrew Rosindell.
Thank you, Ms McVeigh, for calling me today to speak. It's a pleasure to serve under your chair. And I'd like to thank the Honourable Member for Ashfield for bringing this crucial debate before the floor of the House. He always says it as it is and speaks common sense. He's speaking for millions of people in this country who are sick of the knife crime epidemic that we see across our nation. Very timely debate after the appalling events in Manchester only a few weeks ago. And as the Honourable Member has just referred to, the appalling murder of our friend Sir David Amess, which took place 4 years ago this day. And, of course, we continue to grieve for that great parliamentarian and for his family, and the loss we all felt when Sir David was taken from us. Every one of us in this place will have heard of the fear and frustration of our constituents regarding the rising tide of violence in our cities. As Member of Parliament for Romford, an Essex town on the periphery of Greater London, I see that fear firsthand. Ordinary, law-abiding people, mothers walking their children to school, young people heading home from work, shop workers locking up at night, are frightened to walk the streets of their own city. A fortnight ago, cordoned off Romford High Street, police cordoned off the High Street due to a knife crime-related incident. And last year, a man was stabbed and killed only metres from my constituency office. This is not how London used to be, Madam Chairman. And when I was growing up, it certainly wasn't like that at all. It is not and shouldn't be characteristic of the world's greatest city. My constituents are dutiful people. They respect the police, they respect authority, and they expect their government to defend them. Many residents have sought refuge in Romford from crime spiralling out of control in inner London areas. However, we fear that one day Havering will go the same way. It fills me with shame and anger that when I hear that other nations now warn their citizens to exercise a high degree of caution when visiting our capital, Australia has raised its travel advice for the United Kingdom from level 1 to level 2. On this basis, placing us the same bracket as countries like Albania, Senegal and Tunisia. The UAE embassy has gone further, still warning of a recent increase in violence and knife crime in London. When foreign governments are advising caution on British streets, something has gone very wrong indeed. Yet the Mayor of London chooses to accuse others of spreading misinformation rather than confronting the truth on knife crime, along with the rest of his totally appalling record as Mayor of London. I say that I agree with President Trump's assessment that Mayor Khan is doing a terrible job for our capital. Yeah. According to the recent Policy Exchange report, as already referred to, there is almost 17,000 knife crime offences in the capital, an 86% increase since 2015. London now accounts for nearly a third of all crime in England and Wales, and almost half of all knife point robberies. Robbery is now the largest single category of knife crime, with over 10,000 offences in 2024, the majority involving mobile phone theft. And during Boris Johnson's term as Mayor of London, between 2011 and 2016, knife crime in London fell by almost a third. Since Sadiq Khan entered City Hall, Sir Sadiq Khan, the number of offences has climbed relentlessly, but Mayor Khan takes no responsibility for the shocking situation. The reality is that Londoners have been failed by a mayor who spends most of his time on virtual signalling rather than restoring order to our capital. The result is that criminals have been emboldened while the law-abiding majority have been abandoned. Stop and search used policy is working and needs to be extended. I'm glad that my party is suggesting that. I'm sure others in this House would agree. Madam Chairman, we need zero tolerance to policing in the worst hotspots. That means returning to the principle of having large numbers of uniformed police officers patrolling our streets. It means tough sentences for those who carry knives and immediate prison terms for repeated offenders. The first of 9 policing principles outlined by the former Prime Minister and founder of the Metropolitan Police, Sir Robert Peel, is that the basic mission for which the police exist is to prevent crime and disorder. It may have worked in the 19th century, it certainly worked in the 20th century, and I'm convinced that it will work in the 21st century, but we must ensure that the police are actually doing the job of policing and not acting as social workers. We want more police, less PCs. And I commend the member for Ashford in raising this debate before the House, and I hope the Minister is listening to everything that's being said today, because the people of my constituency of Romford and throughout London are fearful that this government and this Mayor of London simply isn't doing the job they're elected to do.